today we are going to take simultaneous linear equation, the graphical method. So now in solving graph, we have in this one, you are not looking for y, you are not looking for x. Then you use the intersection. Where the line joins is called intersection. Where the line crosses each other is called intersection, okay? So now when it intersects, that's when you get your answer, okay? So now for example, if we have number 1, x plus 2y is equals to 7. And we have the next one, x plus y is equals to 7. So now remember, in solving simultaneous equation, graphically, 2 pairs will be given, okay? So now 1 is the equation 1 and 2 is the equation 2, okay? You solve them differently. What I mean differently is that this one you have your x and you have your y. And this other one you also have your x and you also have your y, okay? So now if you are solving solution, so now we call this equation 1. This is your equation 2, okay? So now if you are solving things like this, you need to bring out first equation, okay? When bringing out first equation, that's x plus 2y is equals to 7, right? This was our first equation. So what you are going to do is that, what's the value of x when y is equals to 0? Remember in graph, it starts from the origin. The origin is 0, okay? So now you set the value of x when y is equals to 0. So now when y is equals to 0 means in this equation, anywhere you see y, you put what? 0. Let me see your voice. 0. So now in this equation, x plus what? 2. It's just 2. We say anywhere you see y, you put what? 0. Is equals to what? 7. So now remember in your mathematics, 2 times 0. Any number times 0 is what? 0. So automatically x is equals to what? 0. X is equals to 7. 2 times 0 is 0. So this is all. So now x is equals to 7. Okay? So now we are done. Then from here you find the coordinates. Okay? What you are having here as your answer, and this one are the coordinates points. Okay? So now the coordinates. The coordinate points here is what now? X is equal, y is equal to 0, comma, x is equal to what? 7. Okay? So now these are the coordinates from this equation 1. But you are not done. What you've done to x, you also do same to y. Okay? The same way you did to x, you also repeat it to y. Okay? So now we are done with that one. The value of y when x is also equal to what? 0. That means anywhere you see x, you put what? 0. Okay? So now from here, x, remember this is x, right? So now x will be substituted for what? 0. So now 0 plus 2y is equal to 7. So now if you are using like this, that means your y is equal to what? 7 all over 2. But we don't need fraction, we need a whole number, okay? If you are doing this way, it will give you 7 all over 2, right? But if you are plotting your graph with this, you are still correct. But we also, for me, I want to use a whole number, okay? So now clean the board. 0, it gives us fraction. So now let's try when, okay? Do you understand now? So now, the other one, we have so many graphs to plot. We'll come to the one that we are going to use. I'm going to show you. Okay, don't worry, I'll need to keep the other side. Okay. The same thing we did to this one, we have this as our coordinates, right? In this one, we have this as our coordinate. We also do here. So now the coordinates here, That's the coordinate point now will be what? Y is equals to what? Y is equals to 3, comma, x is equals to what? 1. So x is equals to 1. So these are the coordinates, okay? These are the coordinates, clean the board. So we are done with equation 1. In equation 1, we have this as your coordinate. Please take note. And this is your another coordinate for equation 1, okay? So we will do same to equation 2. That means equation 2, what was equation 2? Is equals to 7, right? So now the value of y when x is equals to what? When x is equals to what? Clean the board. Anything we did to this equation, we are also doing to equation 2, okay? So now the value of x when the value of y when x is equals to 0. So anywhere you see x, you put what? 0. So now from this equation, x, which is our 0, plus what? Y is equals to what? 7, right? So now y is equals to what? 7. So now the coordinates here will be what? Y is equals to what? 7, comma, x is equals to what? 0. Okay? Those are the two coordinates for that. So now the same thing you do for this, do for the second one, okay? So now the value of x when y is equals to what? Y is equals to 0. Clean the board. Value of x when y is equals to what? 0. Okay? So anywhere you see y, you put what? 0. So now from this equation, x plus 0. That's x plus y. We said y is equals to 0. Is equals to what? 7. So x is equals to what from here? 7. X is equals to 7. So now from here, the coordinates will be what? Y is equals to 0. X is equals to what? 7. So now these are the coordinates to use in plotting the graphs, okay? This coordinate and this one, and this one, and this one. These are what you are going to use in plotting graphs. From here, you can do table. I'm going to show you from when we are studying another one how to use this and make table, okay? Your table will be since x is equals to 7. When x was 7, y was what? 0. The next one, when x was 1, y will be what? It's just substituting and you get your answer, okay? Do you understand? Do you have any question? Okay, clean the board. A graph. So in graph, you clean the board. This is your y-axis, right? This is your x-axis. So now this graph will input the value, the coordinates you have here, okay? So now for the first one, when y was 0, x was what? So now you come, remember, graph start from the origin, which is what? 0. Please take notes. So now they say when y was 0, x was what? 7. Please take notes. When y was 0, x was what? 7. You come to when you have 7, you start. Okay? Y was 0, x was what? 7. So the next coordinate was what? Y equals to what? 3. X will be what? 1. So now you dot. Y equals to 3. X was what? 1. Mine might not be really that straight. Clean the board. 3. X was what? 1. Right? So now we are done with that one. That's equation 1. We are done. Okay? So it's for you to draw your line. Okay? So now when drawing the line, remember it's 3. Sorry, mine might not really be that straight. You need to manage. Okay? And make your line very straight. Remember, it's going to 7, okay? For what? What was the equation? equation then? X plus 2y is equal to what? So this is for equation 1, okay? After having the coordinate, this is for equation 1. We'll now do the same thing you did to this equation 1, you do to equation 2, okay? So now equation 2, what are the coordinates?
Y is 7.
So now when y was 7, okay? X was what?
0.
So it's here. X was 0, okay? So this is it. So now what's our next value?
Y is equal to 7. X is equal to 7.
X is equal to what? 7. So it's still here, right? So this is how you cut. You bring this one out. My normal, I know really good. So now this way it's cut, okay? So this, now they are asking you the intersection. Where intersection means where the line cuts each other, okay? So from here, where does it cut each other? 7. So now automatically you dot. This is where the intersection is, right? At 7. That's where the line cross each other, okay? Intersection means where the line cross each other. That's the point we need. So now it crosses each other at what? 7, right? So now you're from here. Now your x now is what? This x value now, which is what? 7, comma. Your y now is equal to what? 0. Y is equal to 0. This, from this line, it dots. It's coming to 0. This is your y-axis, which is 0. And this is your x-axis, which is 7. So now when you are done, this is your answer. Okay? This is your answer for this graph. X is equal to 7, y is equal to 0. Okay? So now to be sure whether what you are doing is correct, you need to input this value into the equation. Okay? When you input this value, remember they say x plus 2y is equal to 7. Right? That means what was your x you put here and what was your y you put here. If it does not give you 7 as your answer, you are not correct. Okay? Let's try it. So now for first equation, right? They say x plus 2y is equal to what?
7.
That was equation 1, right? So now what's our value for x? X is what?
7.
Plus y is what?
0.
That's 2 into what? So now 2 times 0.
0.
So now automatically our x is equal to what?
7.
And what was this?
7.
And what was our initial?
7.
So that means this equation is correct. Do you understand? You need to input the value you are having into the equation. If it does not give you this, your answer is not correct. Okay, now so bring equation 2. This was for equation 1. Equation 2 says what?
X
Plus y is equal to what?
7.
So now what was our x?
7.
Plus our y was what? 0. So now automatically y is equal to what? X is equal to what?
7.
So now to show you that this equation is correct and the graph is correct, okay? So now when once you are done plotting your graph and having your intersection, put what you have here, that's the intersection where the line crosses each other, into the equation, your values, okay? When you put these your values into the equation, if it does not give you the answer, then automatically you are wrong. Do you understand? Okay now, so this is how to solve a simultaneous linear equation graph using graphic method, okay? Clean the board.